Bring yourself down to the ground. Bring the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide in butterfly pose. Take the arms into a T at shoulder height, palms facing upwards. Make yourself comfortable and allow your energy to settle. Let your attention rest on your experience of the physical body in this moment. Notice any areas that feel tight, tense, or uncomfortable. Release all muscular effort and make any necessary adjustments so that you can be at ease. Begin to observe your internal narrative, the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are present for you right now. Notice how you're feeling about yourself in this moment. Even if you don't feel much initially, remain attentive. You might ask silently, "How am I feeling right now?" Your internal narrative may be positive and upbeat. Perhaps you're feeling flat or tired. You may even feel fairly neutral. There's no right or wrong way for you to feel. Bring awareness to your pelvic region, the place where your Sacral Chakra, Svadhisthana, resides. Place your hands just below your navel and breathe deeply into your hands. This energy center is responsible for looking after the health of the body parts located in this area, such as the pelvis, lower abdomen, reproductive system, bladder, and kidneys. When it's working to its full potential, you will find that you are able to express your creativity, sensuality, and sexuality freely. You manifest your desires with ease. You are able to enjoy the present moment. Your life is filled with pleasure. You are capable of embracing and accepting change. And you feel empathy and warmth towards others. Keeping your hands over the pelvic region, inhale and slowly breathe in through your nose, feeling or imagining the diaphragm moving down away from your ribs. As you exhale through your nose, the diaphragm relaxes and returns to its natural position. Inhale, breathing deeply, keeping the shoulders and chest relaxed. Your stomach may expand slightly. Exhale completely through your nose, drawing your navel in towards your spine to expel all of the air from your lungs. Continue to breathe in this way. The movement concentrated in the lower part of the torso. You should notice very little movement in your chest. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Inviting in 2 more breaths in this way. Slow and steady. Low and deep. And pause for a moment before you slowly draw the knees towards one another. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Keeping the left foot on the floor, hug the right knee into the chest. Circle the ankle a couple of times in one direction and then back in the other. And then take the right hand to the right knee. Start to explore the range of motion in the hip joint, making the circles as large as you possibly can. Take them back in the other direction. And then when you're ready, extend the right leg up towards the sky. Flex the foot and draw the toes down towards you. Keep extending up through the heel. You're then going to take the right leg and cross it over the left thigh, making a figure 4 shape. Keep the right foot flexed to provide some support to the ankle and the knee. Draw the leg in towards the body, feeling the sensations through the outer right hip and the glute. Take one more breath in here. And then release the left foot to the floor, keeping the legs in a figure 4 shape. You're going to windscreen wiper the knees from one side to the other. And you might like to take the head in the opposite direction. So all you're doing here is rolling from the inside edge of the left foot to the outside edge of the foot. Release, left foot on the floor. You're going to take the toes of the right foot underneath, catching hold of the toes with the left hand. If you're not feeling much sensation through the front of the right thigh, you can draw the opposite knee into the chest and catch hold of it with the right hand. Keep drawing the right knee down towards the ground. Breathing slowly, steadily. Releasing, unraveling yourself from this little pretzel shape. And we'll repeat that on the other side. So hugging the left knee in, circling the ankle, both directions. Left hand to the left knee. Explore the range of motion on the left side. I like to have my opposite hand resting on the hip bones so that I can see whether the movement is being isolated to the hip joint or whether the hips are rocking from side to side. So ideally you want to keep the pelvis as still as you possibly can. Extending the left leg up towards the sky, flexing the foot, drawing the toes down towards you. Once again, finding that sense of resistance in the movement. Press the leg into the hands into the leg. Taking one more breath in, and then making a figure 4 shape with the left leg. Drawing the legs in towards the body, catching hold behind the back of the right thigh. Little yoga for your brain. Can you flex the left foot but relax the right? The upper body as relaxed as possible. Soft through the jaw and the face. Releasing, the right foot comes to the floor, arms out into a T, finding that side to side movement. So this time, rolling from one edge of the right foot to the other. Side to side, there's no rush. Threading the left toes underneath the right leg, catching hold of the toes with the right hand. Again, you've got the option to draw releasing when you're ready, and hugging both knees into the chest. Give them a rock from side to side, massaging the lower back and the sacral area. Curling the nose towards the knees, curling into a tiny ball. And releasing, hands to the backs of the thighs, using momentum to rock and roll along the length of the spine, massaging all the little knobbly bits, all the spinous processes, coming all the way up, and finding your way over onto hands and knees. Knees underneath the hips, hands about shoulder width or wider. Inhaling as you lift the sitting bones, broaden the collarbones, looking up. Exhale, rounding the spine, pressing the floor away, looking towards the belly. So flowing between these two poses, cat and cow, at your own pace. You might like to close down the eyes, really connecting with the flow and the breath. Remembering that this energy center, the second chakra, is associated with fluidity, movement, creativity, finding that sense of flow. And then walking the hands a little bit further out in front of you, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and sending them back. And as you exhale, press one heel down to the ground, bend the opposite knee. Inhaling, coming back to center, press the other heel to the ground. So really slowing down what is often quite a perfunctory movement in our practice. Coming to stillness, lifting the sitting bones up towards the sky, breathing in. On your next breath, you're going to float the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right knee, draw the heel towards your bottom, squaring the hips off. Step the foot all the way through in between the hands and release the knee. If you've got blocks, you can place one on each side of the front foot, otherwise staying up on the fingertips. Inhale as you open your chest, exhale as you rock back. So moving at your own pace, pulsing backwards and forwards as you rock back, draw the toes towards you. One last time. Sole of the foot comes to the ground, left hand on a block or the floor, rolling onto the outside edge of the right foot, winging the right knee a couple of times out to the side, feeling the sensations through the hip and the inner thigh. Coming back to center, popping the blocks to the side, framing the front foot, stepping back, three-legged dog. Drawing the right knee through and placing the right knee behind the right wrist for pigeon pose. You're going to slide the back knee as far back as you can. Untucking the toes, checking that leg is centered on the mat. Lifting and lengthening your spine. And then keeping that length as you come down onto the forearms. Breathe into the areas of tightness and tension. Allow your breath to create a sense of ease, of spaciousness. Make your way back up onto the hands, drawing the right knee out from underneath you. Take a breath in here in downward dog, maybe give the head a little shake, and then extend the left leg up towards the sky. Heel towards the bottom, hips open, left armpit drawing down. Stepping forward, the left foot in between the hands, grabbing hold of your blocks if you're using them, and finding those forward and back pulsations that we did on the other side. Inhale each time you come forward, the chest lifts. Exhale as you rock back. Try to keep the chest open, the spine long. Right hand to the floor or a block, rolling onto the outside edge of the left foot, winging the knee out to the side a couple of times. Keep the foot flexed to protect the ankle. Sole of the foot comes to the floor, hands to the floor, stepping back, three-legged dog. Drawing the left knee through behind the left wrist. Setting yourself up for pigeon, lifting and lengthening before you come down onto the forearms. The left foot is flexed. Draw the right hip forward, the left hip back ever so slightly. Make this an active variation of the pose so that there's an integrity through the hips. Breathing consciously, deliberately, slowly. When you're ready, tuck the back toe, hands to the floor, drawing the left knee back, reaching that leg up to the sky and releasing the foot down to the ground, returning to downward dog. Taking just a breath or two here for the final time. Then releasing the knees down, knees wide, toes touch. Child's pose. Let it be passive. The shoulders, the armpits droop down towards the floor. Let the belly hang out so the breath can flow freely. Be conscious of the subtle movement of the breath. Walk your hands back towards the knees and find your way into Malasana. Heels in, toes out. Pressing into the outside edges of the feet to activate the arches, lifting and opening the chest. Left fingertips to the floor, reaching the right arm up, lifting your gaze. Changing sides, right fingertips down, left fingertips reaching, opening, and release. Finding your way back onto your knees. Take the hands behind you, lifting the breastbone. And from there, finding your way all the way down onto the ground. Soles of the feet on the floor, feet as wide as the mat. Finding a side-to-side movement again. Turning the head from one side to the other. moving slowly, getting into all the little nooks and crannies. When you've done that a couple of times, bring the feet back to hip width, grab hold of your block. You're going to lift your hips, place it underneath the sacrum on its second height. So make sure that it's positioned in a place that feels stable, steady. And then keeping the left foot on the floor, hugging the right knee into the chest. This is option 1. Option 2, you can slide the left heel out along the mat. The foot is flexed so that all is on the ground is the heel. Extending out through the heel, tuning into the sensations through the front of the left thigh. We're releasing through the hips here in this pose. Take one more breath. Then draw the left heel back in, release the right leg, and just pause here for a moment. When you're ready, draw the left knee in, choosing your variation. Either keeping the right foot on the floor or extending the leg out long, the toes drawing towards the body, the right leg straight. Bring the sole of the right foot to the floor and release the left leg. Again, just pause for a moment. And then lifting your hips, flip the block onto its lowest height. Release the entire weight of your pelvis down. Find a position for your arms that feels right for you. Maybe have them beside the body or overhead. Just be here with the breath. Coming out of the pose when you're ready, popping the block to the side. Take the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees rest against one another. Feel the back of the pelvis heavy on the floor. Curl the knees into the chest for the final time. Again, maybe rock from side to side. Come to stillness, take a breath in, exhale, curling into a little ball, and then releasing. Stretch your legs out along the floor. Be aware of the floor beneath you and the contact of your body with the floor. Come back to your breath. Each time you exhale, feel your body grow heavier and more relaxed, sinking down into the support beneath you. letting the sounds around you fade away. Turn your awareness inwards. Let your inner world come to life. Visualize a ball of orange light in the lower abdominal area, just behind your navel. With each in-breath, the ball of light grows in size and intensity. As it grows, feel the energy shift in your lower abdomen. You may notice a sense of movement, warmth, or tingling of your energetic body. The light gradually expands, spreading throughout your body and mind, filling you up from the inside out. As your body fills with this radiant, warm light, allow yourself to take on and embody the qualities of the second chakra: fluidity and movement, strength and softness, pleasure and desire, sensuality and sexuality, creativity and individuality. All of these qualities already exist within you. How you choose to express them is up to you. Honor this life that is trying to express itself in and as and through you. When the orange light can no longer be contained by the physical body, let your inner radiance expand outwards, filling the entire room and beyond. Your energetic body knows no bounds. Your expanse is limitless. You are not nearly as limited as you may have been led to believe by those who have not yet come alive. Allow the power of healing to move through you as you affirm your intrinsic worth. You are comfortable in your skin and know that you are radiant, beautiful, and strong. You are in tune with your emotional needs and allow your feelings to move through you. You treat yourself with the love, kindness, and respect you deserve. Resting here for just a little while in silence. Allowing these words to resonate. Inviting yourself back from wherever you've been. Begin to acknowledge your internal narrative, the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are present for you right now. Acknowledge how you're feeling about yourself in this moment. Let your attention rest on your experience of the physical body. Feel the weight and the pressure of your body on the ground. Invite a little movement back in, wiggling your fingers and your toes, maybe gently turning the head from side to side. Allowing these movements to expand outwards. Take your time as you explore and reacquaint yourself with your surroundings.